Yeah, we first linked up with The Weeknd. I guess they may have heard about us through just like the underground party scene. We were throwing parties in Toronto in a little Kensington loft downtown. And I guess they caught wind of that we were kind of like, you know, making music, being creative, throwing parties. The same shit that they were doing before they kind of came up, so I guess that they were drawn to that, and from there just like organically built relationships with them.
Honestly, just keep doing like us, you know what I mean? Like, just keep, like, literally just keep building, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only way it's gonna get where you want to take it, you know what I mean? Like, literally, you just have to stay on it, be as consistent as possible, stay as, you know what I mean? Stay as real as you can with your music.
Yeah, definitely a piece of advice he's given me is just like remain authentic, you know? Stay true to your identity, to your sound, and yeah, as long as your content is original, people should be receptive to it.
There was this one time where you and The Weeknd kind of went back and forth on Twitter, but later on, you actually said how much you actually admire what he's doing.
Yeah, of course. We didn't go back and forth.
There's some sort of Twitter something.
He probably just said something crazy and he was probably thinking about it.
To do it.
Well, what was the collaboration process of working with The Weeknd on that song?
He's a great songwriter and just a great artist in general, and it took a minute for us to come to that song. I was, sending him ideas and he was sending me beats, and then, once we got to the now produced Curve record, it was like instantly we knew it, like this is the one.
What do you think of The Weeknd?
I think he's great.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think he's dope.
Great.
Great album.
Yeah.
Great album, different type of vibe.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And you actually included him in your super group.
I did. See? I mean, nobody's literally better than me though, but.
What are some, I guess, like Canadian artists that you've like recognized and would like to work with or have worked with?
That I like recognize now today?
Yeah.
I like this new of course Drake. We've been chopping it up lately. They really fucking my music. I've always been a fan of his music. The Weeknd, hearing, I mean, liking that sound. I mean, I've been hearing their name a lot.
You know, when you talk about the scene in Toronto,
Yeah.
you said that artists like Drake and The Weeknd really kind of changed the whole scene.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Because Drake and Weeknd, their sound is everyone tries to copy that sound. It's like that singing sound.
Well, Crew Love was a song that I actually heard for the first time when I was on the Moment for Life video set with Nicki Minaj, and one of my friends played me the song. At the time we were just building our relationship with The Weeknd, kind of just talking to him for the first time, and it was a song that he had, the hook and his verse was done already.
Most people up in Toronto, everyone tries to sound like a singer. You got the Tory Laneses from the Roy Woods, from the Navs, but I have a sound that's mixed with Toronto, but it's mixed with the South, dirty South stuff too. And I have no one else up there has a sound like me. The sound up there is more I would say a Weeknd type shit. It's like the singing stuff.
And I was like, yo, this song is brilliant. I mean, listen to the way it starts and what he's saying and the sentiment in the song. That's where I'm at in my life. I mean, they're loving the crew. It's not just about me, it's about The Weeknd, it's about Nico, it's about my cousin Ryan. They love all of us.
You have some really big names on this album. It's pretty much like a star-studded album with you. Mm-hmm. Is there someone that you wanted to get on there that you really couldn't, that you were like, man?
I wanted to get Abel on there.
The Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd, but we were just hella busy. Every time I was ready, he wasn't, or when he was ready, I wasn't.
Right.
So, next one.
There are only 2 artists, and I won't name the second one. I want to so bad, but then I know I'm going to have a bunch of artists trying to go. Matter of fact, I should just say it. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. There are only 2 artists that I know saved my life, that made me made me the mind I am. Well, there's more artists, but there's the dominant ones. That's Kurt Cobain and The Weeknd.
So how did you and The Weeknd actually link up? Because, like I said, I knew you because of Corrupt. So how did The Weeknd in all this whole situation occur?
Just as homies, really. I was living in Toronto at the time. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. He was coming up in Toronto, and we just met like through a mutual friend, and we kicked it, and we just like partied, and you know, I was like, this dude is like really genuine.
Not the current Weeknd. You have to go listen to his old shit. Like because I don't really elaborate on who I listen to, because I take pride in what I listen to, because I use it for me. If you go listen to, like, all right, he has an album called Trilogy, right? Before the Trilogy album came out, he had his mixtapes. There were mixtapes. There was House of Balloons, there was Thursday, and there was Echoes of Silence. He basically took the mixtapes, remastered them, added like 3 tracks, made them into an album called The Trilogy.
Even though like the whole world was like, at that time, going crazy over, you know, House of Balloons and all this, he was still just like a humble, you know, regular dude that was just, he was just genuine, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, you know, it was, for me, it was easy. It was like chemistry as friends first, you know, and then eventually, probably like 3 years down the line, we worked together for the first time. But before that, it was just, you know, a friendship, that's it.
Now, the original, before, because the remaster sounds different, but it's just as good. Don't get me wrong, it's just as good to a degree. This is music I was listening to get outside of my mind. This is music I was listening to help me. And the subject matter is a bit different, but the energy behind it was real.